Hey, hey everybody, it's me, Arcadash. Welcome back to another video. This is actually a Rwby Volume 3 finale video to do a review on it. We're just be playing a little bit of golf while I talk to you guys about it. I just recently watched the Rwby review, not review, the finale, and I've been absolutely just completely just blown away. If you haven't watched it, watch it first before watching this video. Just telling you right now so you can understand what's happening. But if you want spoilers, then you're gonna get them here. As you guys know, if you watched the previous episode, it's Rwby has become really, really dark. I mean, literally, it's just really dark. At the beginning of episode 12, it's interesting because you see Ozpin and Cinder fighting, and I didn't even think Ozpin could fight, for that matter. Cinder and them they're fighting, and then the next thing you know, Cinder ascends the tower. Obviously, Pyrrha and what's his name? Jean, sorry. They're out of there. They're gone. You then see Rwby eventually. In another scene, you see Rwby seeing her friends, what happened to Yang, and everything. And they're all talking, and she goes, I'm going to find them, I'm going to bring them back, I'm going to do what I have to do. Weiss says, no, we're going to find them, so they go off to go find Jean and Pyrrha. That tells me right then and there, it's just become very, 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 the emotions are everywhere, the emotions are just up and down everywhere, all over the thing. At this point, I'm still trying to reel from the previous episode, so it's kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe the school has fallen. And quite frankly, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like Cinder whatsoever, so you Cinder fans out there, I'm sorry, I hate her so much. I just don't like her, but that's neither here nor there. Pyrrha stops, tells Jean, I have to fight her. I have to fight her. And Jean knows that what Pyrrha is saying, that's a death trap. That's a death sentence right there. He knows, and says, Pyrrha, don't do this, don't you dare do this. Well, Pyrrha turns around, kisses him, and basically saying, I love you, in a way. Jean doesn't know how to react, kisses back, doesn't know how to react to it, and she, I guess, HBK super kicks him into the pod, sends him away. He gets sent away. Pyrrha gets ready with this awesome shoot power to shoot through the escalator or elevator, sorry. And Jean radios on his iPhone type device to Rwby and Weiss as they're trying to get to the tower to say, you gotta stop Pyrrha, you gotta stop Pyrrha, you gotta stop her before it's too late. And he's talking to Rwby, and then he just goes and slams and breaks his device and falls, and he's crying. He's like, damn it, I should have stopped her, because he knew in his mind that he was not going to be able to beat Cinder. Fast forward, Pyrrha and Cinder are fighting. Rwby and them get to the tower. Rwby knows she's got to get to the top of the tower. Weiss gives her the ice power so she can run up the tower. An amazing fight scene with Pyrrha and Cinder happens. Just we get to see Pyrrha's full power, I guess. Her abilities, in a way, that we don't normally see. And Rwby's running up the tower. Well, the fight happens. By the time she gets to the top, this is where I started breaking down, because Rwby gets to the top. Pyrrha's been shot through the leg with Cinder's, I guess she has a bow and arrow type attack. Shoots her through the leg, defeats her down. But then there's some foreshadowing, in a way, because she says to Pyrrha, or Pyrrha says to Cinder, do you believe in destiny? Or that you make your own destiny, or something like that. Cinder says, yes, I do. And shoots Pyrrha straight in the chest and kills her. She starts disappearing like ashes to the ground. And then Rwby just goes Super Saiyan. I've never seen this happen. It goes, zooms in, it's from her zooming in from Ruby's eyes, comes out, and you just hear Rwby scream and this light shoots from her eyes that looks white to me, but it's obviously not white. It's a different color. And Cinder turns, goes, "What? Not possible!" And the big turkey grim, I call him a turkey grim because I'm not really sure what the hell he actually is. I guess a dragon. They all get absorbed into the white. Well, come to find out, you hear Crow saying, "I got you, kiddo," or something like that. And it's all white. You hear Crow and her dad talking. While it's white now, I believe it's like for almost 3 minutes at that time. It's all white. It's completely white. So I thought to myself, okay, did the video freeze or something, or what happened? Well, eventually they're home, obviously, and this is the first time we ever see her dad. Actually, as far as I know, we get to actually see what her dad looks like, and it's absolutely crazy. Crow is there. Crow kind of tells the dad, "Hey, I gotta talk to Rwby." And they start, and then Crow, well, actually before that, the father tells Rwby what's happened, what is going on, all that. Explains what's happened with Beacon and everything. And it's just heartbreaking to see it, to me, because Rwby doesn't understand. She says that she has a massive headache. She doesn't know what happened. She just kind of remembers certain things. She thinks Pierre is still alive, but they tell her no, she's gone. You can see the tears starting to well up in her face, and I started getting the feels right then and there, guys. I started getting the pure feels, because it was really heartbreaking for me, because I didn't want this to happen. I just felt for Rwby. And then this is when it gets interesting, because when Crow is talking to Rwby, he says to her, "Rwby, when you first met Ozpin, do you remember what you said?" But Crow knew what she said, or knew what Ozpin said to her. And he's like, "Wait, how did you know that?" Well, he turned around and says to her while he's staring out the window, "All those missions I was on for Ozpin, and now Ozpin has disappeared. Now I have to pick up where you left off." Now that's telling me, okay, well, what is the grand plan here? What plan? What was Ozpin talking about? It makes no sense to me. I'm still kind of like trying to figure that all out. It makes no sense. And then they start talking about the Silver Eyes, the legend of the Silver Eyes, and that her mom, Rwby's mom, had it. Rwby and Yang's mom had that ability, and that it's a legend of a Revenant and everything. And they start talking about it more. And I guess Crow's got to go. Crow leaves. And then Rwby and Yang. This is the part that really got to me too, is when Rwby and Yang were talking. And Rwby told Yang, was talking to Yang, saying, "Yang," and Yang's, well, as you know, her arm's cut off, so she's really in a dark place at this point. And I felt for Yang. I was actually trembling, believe it or not, when I saw it, because I really love Yang. She's my favorite, one of my favorite all-time characters in Rwby. And I just fell for her. I felt so bad. Like, I just wanted to go there and just do something, and I knew I couldn't, obviously. But they talk a bit. Where's Weiss? And come to find out, Weiss's father, which by the way, we do get to see Weiss's father briefly, took Weiss back to Atlas because she thought it was safer, or he thought it was safer. And then asked about Blake. And then you see this anger in Yang, I think, which is justified in a way, but she doesn't know the whole truth. That Yang was angry with Blake because she ran away. All she does is run away. And you could just feel this connection with those two, just, that Yang is just angry, upset, hurt, everything. Nothing's the same, nothing's alright. I can't do this anymore. She just looks, I've never seen Yang defeated like that in my life. And that's what I saw with Yang from her talking. But they were both crying as they hugged and everything. And then Ruby turns and says to her, "What do we do now?" And this is where you can tell that Yang just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, "Do what you want. I don't care. I don't care anymore." You know? And Ruby walks out the room, turns to Yang and says, "I love you," and walks away, and Yang says nothing. Then it kind of fades to like a transitional phase, and Ruby's leaving. Now nobody knows that she's leaving. So, come to find out, you hear Cinder's voice talking this long soliloquy about how the strength of man is an honorable trait, but in the end, it will fall. It will fall. Ruby's father comes into the room with a tea set, sees Ruby's note that she's not there, drops and runs to stop her. Yang's completely oblivious to it. Completely oblivious, doesn't even care. What's kind of interesting is you see a crow in the background. And it flies off, they talk, you see different transitions. You see Weiss. Oh, hold on. Oh, excuse me, guys, I'm having the burps. Hold on. You see Weiss with her father, Yang, doing her cat jump thing. You only see her for like 30 seconds, really, if anything. So it's kind of like crazy. And they're talking and they're talking. What's interesting during that time is that Jean, and there's two other characters. The green guy, the guy that looks like a kung fu guy, and the girl with the hammer. I can't think of their names offhand, guys. I'm so sorry, but if you guys know, put it in the comments below. I can't think of their names offhand. They start talking, and they're like, where? I can't remember where they're going. The name's on the tip of my tongue. They're going to another town that's in Remnant. It's not Vale, or maybe it is. No, it's not Vale. I'm not sure where it is. And they're walking, and you hear them all talking, and you see just different things going on throughout the world. And then you start hearing, like I said, you hear Cinder's voice talking, which is kind of like an unusual thing, because I thought Cinder was frozen during the silver ice scene. Well, they start talking and everything, and then they say, "Now you send your smallest warrior," and everything. And Ozpin, and the girl says at the end, and you see this figure, "And now, Ozpin, you will burn." And you turn around, and it looks to me like, basically, it looks to me just like Cinder. Okay, it looks just like Cinder, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of things with that, and that's where it ends. So now, what are my thoughts? If Rooster Teeth said that this was the road that we're gonna go and keep us invested, they nailed a home run, guys. They absolutely, without question, they nailed a home run. Because they did exactly what they said they were going to do, and they did it. They absolutely did it. They crushed it. And, I mean, it's kind of crazy because within those last 3 episodes, 2 characters are dead. Obviously, Penny and Pyrrha, they're both dead. It breaks my heart. It just drives me crazy. I don't like Cinder regardless. I would love to punch her in the face and just be done with it, but obviously you can't do that, obviously. But there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. More questions, I think, to me, when I see this. There's a lot more questions. Like, okay, what's with the silver eyes? What does that all really mean? What was Ozpin's plan? Was Ruby the center of these plans? What is Cinder's plan? What is the end game with Cinder? I mean, there's got to be an end game here, guys. An absolute end game. There's got to be. And to be fair, we don't know yet. I think it's with Cinder's end game was to ruin the world. I don't know. We'll find. I hope we find out more in Volume 4, because we don't know a lot about Ruby's mom. We know she's a huntress, but we really don't know much else. We don't know much about anything at this point. All we know is that there's so many plot holes left. Like like I said before, the deal with, you know, Rwby. Uh, what's Ruby's hidden power? What, which must be the Silver Eyes, but what does it, when fully erupted, what does it do? Cinder as well. Why did Cinder need all this power? Ozpin, what was his plan? Was Rwby the main plan here? We don't really, maybe we know, we just don't see it. But I'll tell you guys this. I have a feeling, and this is kind of a prediction for Volume 4. Maybe it's a no-brainer, but I think that Volume 4, we're going to see less of the other 3 characters. And we're going to see, this is going to be a Rwby-focused volume. I think we're going to, I hope, and I think we're going to learn a lot about her mom, about everything. I think everything will be revealed to us. I'm really hoping. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But, like I said, I was blown away. I was very impressed with this volume. I was very impressed with, even though it was going dark, I was extremely, extremely impressed. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the next volume, because I'm going to be cheering for Rwby to beat Cinder's ass. And I think that Rwby is a lot stronger than what we've seen. I think Ruby's a hell of a lot stronger than we know. I don't think we've seen Ruby's full, absolute potential. I mean, I don't think we've seen it yet, but when we do, the world of Remnant's never going to be the same. But I also feel some foreshadowing, and I hope to God I'm wrong with the foreshadowing. But I'm not going to really tell you what that is, because I don't want to think about it right now. But yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a pure 10 out of 10. So guys, I'm going to end it here, as I think that I've said enough. I've said my piece. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like. Put your comments below. Tell me what you guys thought of the Volume 3 finale. And I'm Arctic Dash. Stay awesome. Stay true to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.